have right here in the studio Mr. Akinade Alamu, Chairman of your State Post-Primary Teaching Service Commission, who will be telling us all about this new development in the education sector in Oyo State. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It's good to have you here this beautiful morning. Talking about teachers' recruitment, now the Oyo State government is saying that 7,000 teachers should be recruited, which for so many people is outwhelming because they have long been awaiting this. But now, what is the process? What exactly is the development all about?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. That is the correct situation right now. Oyo State government, His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, has approved that we recruit 7,000 teachers. And not only that, 2,000 non-teaching staff will also be recruited during this exercise. And in addition to that is that the fact that we will also recruit about 2,000 security guards to be in schools all over Oyo State.
That's quite interesting. But why? How did you come to this number 7,000? Why 7,000? And also, what is the process? What are the requirements for these teachers to be recruited?
Thank you very much. You will understand that Oyo State has put in place free and qualitative education in Oyo State. And you know, a lot of things has been done by the state government. Payment of grants, payment of teachers' salaries regularly, training of teachers, and all like that. Now, we discover that for the past 6 years, teachers had not been recruited in Oyo State. And so we have a lot of vacancies in almost all subjects. So this forms the basis of our decision. We made recommendation to the state government, and the governor has graciously approved that we recruit these teachers. As for the qualification of those prospective applicants, they should possess a NC certificate, which is the minimum. Then also we require graduates, especially those with BAE in education, BSc education, and things like that. If you have a HND and you have a PGD, that is the
postgraduate.
Yes, you are qualified.
You know, this is actually heartwarming. But people have been asking, how do you intend to fund this? Now we are talking about minimum wage, and you want to employ so many teachers.
Yes, you can see that the governor of Oyo State is determined to serve the people of Oyo State. You will not believe that it was possible that government should be paying salaries regularly, even up to the 13th month. And you know that the current budget of Oyo State, education takes 23%. So the governor is passionate about raising education to a higher level in Oyo State. So he's able, because the government of Oyo State are plugged all areas of wastages and where people just steal government money. Things like that are not happening. So the government is able to do what it has done because of prudent management of the resources of Oyo State. And you will remember that the governor said that every kobo of Oyo State money will be spent on the people of Oyo State. This is what has been happening, and it will continue to happen.
So what are the measures put in place? Because a lot of people would want to apply for this particular job, considering the fact that the level of unemployment in the country is really high. What are the measures put in place to regulate this?
Thank you very much. Let me first use this opportunity that we started by saying that applicants should pay 1,000 naira to the bank and come for the form at the Tescom offices. But the governor has actually ordered that no payment should be made for these forms. It is now free. So people can just come over and take the form. We may, however, if the rush is too much so that we'll be able to cope, we may ask that people bring their local government identification registration.
But it still makes it very open, because a lot of people, considering the fact that they don't have to pay any money to get the forms, they just feel that it's an open gate.
Yes, it is. You know, the governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, is very passionate about making life easy for people. You see, it's not just about that money. The process of paying to the bank, going to the accountant general's office to obtain confirmation before you go and take the form, the process is not easy. You know, people will have to come from as far as Shaki, Ogbomoso, Oyo, and even Kishi. So this will not be easy for people. And the governor in his compassionate attitude has said that, he doesn't want these people to go through all these rigors.
That takes me to the issue of merit, because when we talk about, it's always garbage in, garbage out, talking about quality and qualified teachers. Are you putting any measure in place to ensure that only those who are qualified actually get this job, or is man no man?
Thank you very much. You see, we know that a lot of people will apply, and you cannot face something like 50,000 or 100,000 applicants for interview. There will be a CBT test to actually prune down the number. It is those who pass this CBT test that will come for interview at the Tescom offices. So, and they have to possess the basic qualifications before you can come to interview. You cannot just scale through. There are a lot of things to be done. You must possess the required qualifications.
So would there be like several days? Would it be like for a period of time, or would everything be done in one day? But because you are looking at 7,000 people, it might be quite strenuous and tedious on the people if everything is done in just one day.
It cannot be done in one day. We have studied the whole process. We have put in place an arrangement that we make it for the applicants and even for Tescom to be able to handle this thing in such a way that the stress will not be too much. We cannot do the interview one day. The first thing is that people obtain this form free, and we will fix a date for the test to bring down the number. And after this, we will fix dates for interview. The interview, even if it's only 7,000 that we are recruiting that apply, we cannot face that. I mean, we cannot do it. And we know that for this 7,000 posts, we envisage that about between 50 and 100,000 will apply. So we will just arrange things that it will be convenient for people.
But have you considered the issue of people who can bring out fake forms, where you just have everywhere the right Tescom on it, and at the end of the day, you may not be able to distinguish between the original and the fake at the end of the day?
No, as people come for these forms, you know, it has to be registered. You don't just come and collect form and go. They have to queue up. We are appealing for people with people to please cooperate with us. They have to obtain the form, and the names of those applicants will be on our register. We will know how many people have actually registered for this thing, and it is those that register their form, their application, that we go through the pruning down test.
We have to wrap up, but before we do that, let me just ask if you've considered doing this digitally without having to go manual, using forms and all that.
It has been, yes, it could, that will have been an option. But now the governor has directed that they should not pay. And we have 6 zones in Oyo State. We have a zone at Shaki. We have a zone at Ogbomoso, Tescom offices. We have one at Oyo. We have one at Erua. And we have 2 in Ibadan. Together with the Tescom headquarters, you will have 3 centers in Ibadan. You can come to the Tescom head office at Secretariat, the same building with the Ministry of Finance. And then you can go to the Tescom office at Bishop Phillips Academy, Iwo Road premises.
Okay, so
Or
you
you
have
go to the
offices
Leaf
all
Road.
around.
Yes, Leaf Road, opposite NTC.
Thank you so much, Mr. Akinade Alamu. We have to just peg it there. He's been talking to us about the registration of 7,000 teachers in Oyo State, and we hope that that pans out, especially in the area of employing those who are unemployed at the current moment. We'll now join Lagos studio for news around Lagos.